This is probably the most important um, part of the class, is showing you how to be successful. When you click on this link, you'll get to this video. This class is very difficult if you don't do it the way that it's set up to be done. And many students have tried to do it their own way, and those are the ones that usually fail. So follow these instructions and everything will be okay. These first ones right here, these first lessons when on the first week, help you um, with the quiz, particularly this first lesson and these last two lessons. But when you go start working for programming one, and this is where students have a problem. So you should read the lesson. So this is one lesson. It talks a little bit about programming, but really the meat of it comes right in here. So assembly language programming. And here's where I explain assembly language programming to you. I explain to you what opcodes and operands are. I have graphics here to show you how everything works. I have videos that show you how everything works. Well, there's video. Yes, there's videos. And basically what I want you to do is I want you to not just read this, because reading is not going to help you. Well, it will help you, but it won't allow you to be truly be able to understand. In order for you to do this, what I recommend that you do is you open up the software. So here's Notepad. If you have a Mac, it's going to be text edit, I think it's what it's called, and type out the solutions. Students are resistant to typing out the solutions, and yet they're lost and they have no idea what this all means. But if you type it out, so this first one, I'm going to input 3 to M1, input 3 M1. And if you go ahead and type and even chant as you're typing, as I show you in the video, you'll find that the more you type it, the more you understand. And I explain what each of these opcodes and operands do, and I have a video. Some students find it's very helpful to, as I'm talking in the video, that they're typing in the software, and that really helps them a lot. There's also, so there's two parts to it. There are opcodes and operands, and then there's JavaScript. Again, if you don't type out the JavaScript in the lesson, you won't really understand it enough to be able to do it in the assignment. So you have two choices. One is to use HTML-Kit. So let me go here. I have downloaded the zip file. I go ahead and open it up and extract all the files. I'm extracting it. I downloaded it to my USB drive. I'm extracting it on my USB drive. The benefit of putting it in a USB drive is it allows you to take it wherever you are, not if you're going to be working other places besides your computer. Inside these folders inside the zip file, I have everything that you need in order to be organized in this class. So it's going to take way too long for me to do this. Let me pause for a second, and we're back. So in the CPT 114 folder, I have the software that we use for coding, and that's HTML-Kit. If you double click on HTML software, double click on HTML-Kit, the way to launch it is by going into the bin folder, this one right here, and double clicking on htmlkit.exe. Now, if you're just bought your computer or haven't been using it that long, you may not see this .exe at the end. So what you need to do in order to be able to see it is to click on the View menu up here on Windows Explorer and check the file name extension. So if yours looks like this, I'm going to uncheck it, and you can see that there's no extensions, HTML-Kit, no exe. I'm going to check the file extensions box, and now it says HTML-Kit. This shortcut does not work. Don't double click that. So if I double click on htmlkit.exe, it's going to go ahead and open up slowly. And then the answer to all these questions is no. And then when it gets to the end of asking you the questions, just say yes, open up a new file, and you're good to go. If you have a Mac, you cannot use HTML kit. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my script tags. Oops, 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 home row. Come on now. And then my close script tag, which is just a slash script. And I'm ready to start typing code. The alternative, especially for Mac people, and actually I recommend you do this even if you have Windows, I like JSDO. The reason why I have this software here is because sometimes JSDO is free, and if they decide they don't want to keep it anymore, then it'll disappear on me, and then we'll be stuck. So here's JSDO. You do the same thing here. Now for this one, all you do is click in the box, hold down the control key and press A. If you're on a Mac, it'll be Command A. And then delete everything inside that box, and then run the code. And they automatically put your script tags on there for you. So either way you go, HTML kit or JSDO, we're going to be writing code. And again, let's go back to where we were here. So if I'm going to be writing that, I have to type this out. And you see the script tags are already there. I start and I type in var, and then M1, M2, whoops, M3. Case doesn't matter as long as I'm consistent. And then we do semicolon at the end. And if I just wanted to show you how it works, I'll do alert. And then the ubiquitous, come on now. You can see that I suck at typing. And this laptop doesn't help me. All right, and I do hello world. And then we run our code. Where's my script tag? See this thing, it selects everything and then deletes it on me. There we go. There we go. Now when I run the code, it's going to say hello world. And that's how we run it. And that's the instructions I have in here. The red text is comments. Do not type that. That's not part of the code. They're explaining to you. And again, I have a video here, and if you want to type along with me, that's a good idea. So when I type in my opcodes and operands, now this is, I'll save this. I'll do File, Save As, and then I'll go to where I saved my 114. Here it is. And then I'll go into weeks and week 1. And you can see that I have an empty folder for each lesson. So this is adding to .txt, and I save it. So your code you can't save. If you want to save your code, there's a couple of things you can do. You can set up an account by registering. It's free, and you can save it all up in the cloud. Or when you finish your code, and I kind of recommend this, copy this, and then go into your notepad file, and underneath your opcodes and operands, go ahead and paste it in. This way you'll have a non-cloud version of your code. I even allow you to provide a link to your JSDO when you submit your assignments. And that works really well. So you can do that, but sometimes students have some problems doing that. So having a locally saved copy of everything, and then you will upload this for the assignments. Now you don't upload the lessons. All you do is upload the assignments. When we move on to later ones, and you can see I have this success again in this for the assignment 2. You have more lessons to do. So here's movie ticket. Here you'll be doing a problem statement. I explain you how you do your problem statement, and then we do the problem statement for the movie ticket, which is this right here. Again, you should open up Notepad. And you should type out the problem statement. I'll just do the first one. Assumptions, constants, price, of tickets. And actually, that's the beginning of it, but we need a camelot, so we go move on down. Ah, there it is. So that's how it should be. We have to use camel notation. Ticket price equals 10. And then I'll do file, save as. Again, this one goes into week 2. And this is movie ticket. And I'll call this movie ticket problem statement. Great. Then after you get your problem statement done, and I explained to you here, and again, if you want to work along with me at the video, that's a good idea. Then we have to make a flow chart. So again, we go into our 114 folder, and we use Visual Logic for the flow chart. You use, you don't have, you have to use demo mode. Say, yes, I understand. You have instructions in each of the lessons for this also. And then for this one, if we go back to here, that's how it's going to look. And you can't do this with a Mac, unfortunately. So if you have a Mac, you need to contact your instructor to find out the alternate that you can use for that. So here's an assignment, ticket, price, 10. Now you can't save your flow chart. You have to click on View, create flowchart meta file. And again, I'm going to go to my USB drive where my 114 folder is. 114, weeks, week 2, movie ticket. And I'm going to call this movie ticket. It's going to save a copy or a picture of my flowchart that I can go back and refer to. And then, of course, the last thing is the code. Again, you would open up either HTML kit like I show you here, or you can open up JSDO. But you need to type out the solutions and put them in those folders for every, whoops, that's the wrong one, every single lesson. There we go. For every single lesson, I have a folder for each one. If you type out the solutions for these 4, doing this assignment is easy. If you try to open up the assignment and work backwards by trying to figure out how to do the assignment by reading some of this stuff here, it's going to take you 5 times as long and you probably will fail. You need to type out the lessons first and then do the assignment. And if you do that for each week, because I have a folder for each week for you to do that, you'll find this class is not very difficult. And in fact, it's a lot of fun. So each week I have folders for each of the lessons, and then I have a folder for the assignment. You do these 4 first, then do this, and everything will be easy for you. So this class is set up for you to do things in an organized way. There are no shortcuts. If you try to shortcut it, it's going to take you twice as long and you will fail. So there you go. All right, well, that's it. That's how you're successful. I have this lesson on here twice in the home page so that you don't forget. All right, so how to be successful shows you to do this. How to be successful, same video, to make sure that you understand that you have to work through these lessons. Again, this shows you how to use HTML kit, and then this one shows you how to use the Visual Logic software. I also have a link on here for Notepad++ somewhere. Oh, it's not here. It's here on your file. This is an old index page. Notepad++, I recommend that you use that for your problem statement. I don't put it with the folders because it's too large. And when you go to download it, in fact, I have some instructions also here. And well, there it is, Notepad++. When you click on this Notepad++, and I have it on the index page now, it brings you to here. It looks at what your operating system is, and it matches your operating system to what you're going to be downloading. All right, so that's why I don't include it, because if you have a Mac, you want it to notice that you have a Mac and give you the Mac version of this. If you have a Linux computer, it'll give you the Linux version of it. Notepad++ is fantastic for this class, and that's why it's important that you go ahead and download and use it rather than using TextEdit or Notepad++. All right, that's it for this lesson. Good luck in the class. If you have any questions, email your instructor.